Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who lead our nation. And peace and salutations to the sincere, genuine Akim that are out there pushing for and striving for salvation during these electrifying times. I wanted to do a quick video on women. I haven't done a woman, video on women in a minute, and Spirit just had me, you know, get on this video. I got a few scriptures I want to go into. But women, a lot of women are proud, man. A lot of pride. Women, you have women that's been with brothers that don't listen to them. Then you got some that may listen to them. The shoe fits, wear it. But the Most High, the Most High has been, he's been trying to get the attention of the world, the earth, by his mouthpiece, which is his men, his servants that have been out there teaching. But now he's starting to wave his hand in the earth with this coronavirus. And he's damn sure getting people's attention. So that focus, brings me back to women because, women are mainly what populates the earth. There's more women on the earth than men. And so Most High he is a lot of things coming towards women's way. So I'm going to get into the scriptures. This is Surah 42 and verse 12. It says, "Behold, not everybody body's beauty, and sit not in the midst of women." Don't be up under that vibration. For from garments cometh moth, and from women wickedness. So if you sitting around women all the damn time, wickedness is going it's gonna get on you. Because like the scripture just said it. You know, as well as a garment is gonna bring forth moths, because moths eat away at garments. So is wickedness is gonna come from a woman. Better is the surelessness of a man than a courteous woman. A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach. Let's deal with this right quick. This word right here, surelessness and courteousness or courteous women. So I got dictionary.com pulled up. I'm going to go on a couple of them. Let's get what sureless means. Like a shrill, boorish, rude. Um, of a shrill, peasant-like, niggardly, mean, difficult to work with or deal with. So let's go into courteous. Courteous. Having or showing good manners. Polite. So we can go into the etymology, but it's going to pretty much say the same thing. You can look it up if you want to. But it says better is the surelessness, rudeness, mean of a man than a courteous, meaning polite, or let's go back to it, having shown good manners. So let's bring it into context. Better is the rude and meanness of a man than the polite and well mannered woman. That's how the Most High feels. He feels it's better for rude. It's better a man that's rude and mean is better than a woman with good manners and polite. So I'm gonna read it. Better is the surelessness of a man than a courteous woman. A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach. And that's a lot of the women that's here today. This is Proverbs 25 and 24. It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. I'm gonna look up that word, brawling. It comes from the Hebrew word madayan, which means strife and contention. And most women, if they don't get their way, things don't go on according to how they prefer it to be, they're going to stir up strife and they're going to contend with you. This is Jeremiah 40 and like Jeremiah 4 and 30. It says, and when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Question. Thou, though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deck thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with paint, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. So, even though a woman may put on fancy clothes, she may deck herself with ornaments and jewelry, earrings and necklaces and body chains and stuff like that, and rent their face with paint, we put on all that witchcraft, which is known as makeup, to change the perception of how they visually really look. In vain shall they make thyself fair. Because it ain't gonna matter. When the Most High brings this thing, when he starts totally judging this earth, which he's beginning to do with the coronavirus, and Lord willing, more plagues and more, famines and more the sword and death and destruction starts to be a normal thing in the earth. When that happens, it doesn't matter of a beauty of a woman, because go back to the first scripture. It says, "Behold, not everybody's beauty." And when you go over back to Jeremiah, is giving you the illustration of a woman trying to beautify herself, trying to make herself fair. Fair, making herself fair meaning attractive, commonly beautiful. That ain't gonna matter. It says, "Thy lovers will despise thee; they will seek thy life." People mean their lovers, talking about men. Men ain't gonna look at your beauty and you ain't gonna have control no more. See, women have control in today's society because they wear these tight pants and they, showing off their camel toes, showing off their whole body print, showing off their ass. Every picture you see is an angle where they gotta show their ass. They just want you to see ass and face. That's what they want to see. That's what today's pictures are of women. We talking old and young. That's what they doing. They're trying to show off assets. That ain't gonna matter when this time comes, because women are gonna be spoiled. There's gonna be a bargaining chip for the barter system that's gonna be in place. Verse 31. For I have heard a voice of a woman in travail, and the anguish of her that bringeth forth her first child, the voice of the daughter of Zion, that bewaileth herself, that spreadeth her hand, saying, Woe is me now, for my soul is wearied because of murderers. Yeah, that's what's gonna be. You're gonna say, Woe is you. These women today, daughter of Zion, y'all, the women that walk the earth, you have so much power with the women's liberation and the women's movement, this whole feminist movement, and this whole um, proud and pride and pussy power and all this other. They lead rallies and all that stuff. You want women expect to have benefits and expect to have a hand up just because they're women. You have a lot of power that goes on right now, but that's gonna be snatched up under your feet, and you're gonna be on. You're gonna women are gonna be on. A lot of women are gonna be on their back. The scriptures talk about women getting ravished. Is the pride. These are the proud women that's running around. The scriptures tell you're gonna say, "Woe is me," for the soul. Your soul is gonna be weary because so much murdering is gonna be going around, and then you're gonna fall in full subjection. You're gonna fall under subjection of of man, because the Most High is gonna be dealing with certain men. And we'll get into that now. Isaiah 32:1 says, "Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment." This is talking about a man of the Lord. This is talking about a man that the Most High is with, one of the hopeful elect. They're the ones that shall rule in judgment. Judging means that the Most High is going to give them, He's going to give them the spirit to know what to do. To judge means basically to make decisions, discernment, to understand what to do and what not to do, where to go, where not to go, and also to execute righteous judgment, because it's going to be judgment that's going to be taking place in the earth at that time. Verse 2, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind. The wind, a hiding place means wind represents all the different ways the Most High is going to be killing people. All the trouble and danger and evil and all the different plagues and stuff that's going on. The Most High is going to use a man. He's going to be a hiding place. When you hide for something, you don't want something to see you or touch you. So these men are going to be protected, and the women that the Most High will select to join unto those men, they're going to be covered. They're going to be hidden from the troubles, and they covet from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And these are things that are rare. It's rare, you know, that a covet from the tempest. That's a rare thing. As a river of water in a dry place. Like that's a rare thing. Because the water gets over everything. For it to have a river of water, but then you have a dry spot. That's something that's unnatural, but it's possible. As a shadow of a great rock in a weary land, a great rock or stone that's gonna stand out. Verse 3, and the eyes of them that shall not be dim. It's like, and the eyes of them that see shall not be dim. Who are the seers? The prophets. Who are the prophets? The servants. Who are the servants? The watchmen. Who are the watchmen? The hopeful elect. Those are the men that the Most High have given the vision to see. To see what? See what's coming. See the prophecies and understand them. Their eyes shall not be dim, while everybody else's eyes won't be able to see because their eyes are dim or shut. The scripture goes into that. You are not, and is it First Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, be not of the children of the night, but be of them of the day, so you can see. It says, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken, and the men of the Lord has already hearkened unto the words of the Most High. The women that the Most High is going to have with those men are going to hearken to those men, hearken to what the Spirit of the Lord has told these men what to do, and being led and protected by angels. They're also going to listen to those men. But those women who don't, you have trouble times coming your way. The scriptures say, many days shall you be troubled. So let's get into that trouble. This is 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter. I'm going to start at the 22nd verse. This is, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. So this is talking about, just zero in on women. There's not gonna, because men comfort women. They ain't gonna be comforted. It says, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the ground, to till the earth, and to sow it. Because Most High is gonna move so fast, and take so many men out. These women ain't gonna have men. That's why you're gonna have multiple women. That's the scriptures say, 7 women shall take hold of one man, a complete number. The word 7, the number 7 represents completion. So it's gonna be a complete number of women um, joining themselves, and the scriptures tell you they'll feed themselves and clothe themselves. They just want to be called by a man of the Lord's name to take away their reproach. Because it's going to be lack of men on the earth, and the men that's going to be there is going to be the men that the Most High is with. Verse 25, it says, the trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. So you have women out here with no protection, no guidance, no instruction, you know, no, you know, you ain't gonna be able to run niggas. Chicks ain't gonna be out here running dudes because they ain't gonna be dudes out there like that. So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and two of the field which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks, as in an orchard of olives upon the trees there are left 3 or 4 olives, or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search it their houses with swords. This is going to be how you're gonna have militia groups. You know, people that's going to be going house to house, trying with weapons, trying to search for food and scavenge and pillage. And of course, women that's going to be there, they're going to take them on. And then those women are going to be in subjection and up under them, meaning they're going to be using these women as a commodity. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. So women that's going to be around in these times, it's going to be their path is going to grow full of thorns. And if you know a thorn bush, that's something tough to get through. If you got to get through a thorn bush, you're getting pricked. Every little step, every little inch that you try to go, you constantly getting pricked. You're getting stuck, and it gets uncomfortable and painful, and it hurts. So it's basically saying every which way you go, you're gonna be getting pricked. You know, it's gonna be very bad. A woman, she might go one way, and these I'm talking about these proud women. I'm talking about these women with these attitudes that don't want to listen to men, especially these women that's in the past, were once with men of the Lord, and you done moved on from that man, thinking that you didn't need that man. Yeah, we talking about these women. The woman can go one way and she can get bust over her head and wake up butt ass naked. Somebody that took all her clothes and took her, or she can find herself in the back of a pickup truck butt ass naked. That's one prick or thorn. And she might jump out the back of that truck, run another way, and get scooped up by somebody else, and might get ravished. Bottom line is, she a woman in that day, they gonna be looking bad. They ain't gonna have no makeup. They ain't gonna have access to tampons. They gonna be bleeding all over themselves. They gonna be nasty, stinky, funky. They ain't gonna have take showers. It ain't gonna be these tight yoga pants running around here with the skimpy shirts and showing off all their cleavage, and they got all this paint on their face, makeup from head to toe, from you know like basically, when I say head to toe, meaning everything about you is covered is covered with something fake. Whether it's their hair, whether it's their eyes, whether it's their eyelashes, whether it's the complexion of their, covering up all the marks and stuff in their face with the makeup, and then also, wearing all, like the scripture say, wearing all that fancy clothes and stuff, all that stuff to help you look and walk and act the way you act, because you got weak niggas drooling all over you, and just which they don't really even respect these dudes. How you gonna respect these dudes? But anyway, I'm not trying to jump and hop and skip subjects, but bottom line, women gonna be looking bad at this time. Women that got that foul mouth and they gonna act all tough and rough because society pumped you up to thinking that you on the level of a man. You won't see a bunch of women running around with no teeth, because ain't gonna be no 911 to call when it gets too hot and rough for you. You're gonna get your teeth knocked out. You're gonna have black eyes. You're gonna have knots in your forehead. They're gonna be looking bad because men are not gonna give a damn. It's because it's gonna be lawlessness. Back in verse 33. All right, it says the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegroom, The women shall mourn, having no husband. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So the men gonna be taken out. They're gonna be getting wiped out. Hear now these. Now, don't get me wrong. Plenty women are gonna be getting wiped out too. But it's just so many more women compared to men. When these men start falling, those that the Most High ain't covering and protecting and shielding, guarding with that righteous hedge of protection, those men are goners. They're going to be done. Verse 35. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. So this is meant for the men of the Lord to understand these. What Second Ezra is talking about, what all these scriptures are talking about. Only the servants of the Most High going to understand this. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. What's the major plague going on right now? That coronavirus. That's a plague. It's a pestilence that's going to plague the earth. As when a woman, it's already plaguing the earth. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it was a foreign thing. Now it's a domestic thing. I mean, wherever you are, it was at a foreign place, and now it's domestic. It's in your backyard. Here in America, it was first in China, and then Europe and Iran and all these different countries. Now it's here in this country. So it was foreign to us. Now it's domestic. Verse 38. As when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slacken not a moment. So the Mosiah is making a comparison to this of a woman, as the pain that a woman is in going into her birth, into the fulfillment of her 10th or ninth month of her pregnancy, giving forth, bringing her child. Within a few hours, she's gonna be in great pain. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my words. Make ye ready to thy battle, and in those evils be as even as a pilgrim upon the earth. So they're not gonna slack. Just like a woman that's coming down to the end of her pregnancy, and her child is to be delivered, she received pains, and those pains don't slack. They don't stop. So as far as a pregnancy goes, for a fact pain comes. As these prophecies come, pains are gonna come. So with that, I just want to do this quick video on you proud women out there. You got bad times coming, and there's no way out of these bad times. You've already done. It's like this. Like you go to a bar, and someone that you know starts drinking, they open up a tab, and they just drinking and oh, throw it on my tab. They just putting it on their tab. At the end of the night, you got to pay that bill. Ain't no getting out of that. And you women, you proud women, you done showed your ass, and you've been out there, and you didn't just speaking like you on the level of a man, and you disrespecting men, and you ruining society and rooting out whole families and all this wicked and stuff. You got women that's trying to turn their sons, they're trying to turn a man's son and daughter against him. Guess what? Evil and bad times and troubles coming your way. So when you say woe is me, you will know why. The Most High gonna put it in your mind what you've been doing to deserve that evil that's coming on you. So with that, I'm gonna say, God halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Arakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who lead our nation, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect striving for salvation during these electrifying times. Shalom.